Hello and welcome back to IT Performance. Well, it's been a little while, but I thought I might do a little bit of news today. We'll mainly be focusing on some news from Intel. Probably won't take too long. Okay, so right, the first little bit of news that I have is Intel are finally stopping production of the Kaby Lake CPUs. Now, you may know this better as the i7th gen series of CPUs from Intel, including the i7 7700K CPU, which has 4 cores and 8 threads. I didn't even know they were still making them, so the fact that they're now going to stop making them is not really too much of a surprise. Well, it's more of a surprise that they're still making them than that they're finally deciding to stop make them. On another bit of news, in the world of ray tracing, World of Tanks is bringing ray tracing to World of Tanks. Sort of. World of Tanks ray tracing will use DirectX 11, and you will not need any specialized hardware like RTX cards. The only thing about this is that the only real thing about this is that they're only ray tracing shadows and the outlines of shadows, I believe, because they'll just fill in the rest. So it's not very spectacular. They're only going to be tracing one point, no reflections, no multiple light sources or anything, so it's not going to be terribly taxing, which is probably why they're going to be using DirectX 11 to do it. What else do we have here? HP are releasing their Chromebook for Enterprise Generation 2 G2. Now, this is a surprise, and this particular story that I read was a surprise in two ways. One, Chromebooks for Enterprise. Why? Basically, they are restricted to web-based apps. Fair enough, if you've got a lot of satellite offices that have restricted broadband, you still need to pay for licensing for accounts for most web-based apps like Office 365, unless you're going super budget and going for using Google Docs, which in an enterprise is probably not really going to happen. Tom's Hardware says the Chromebox Enterprise GT probably won't impress many enthusiasts. Well, an enthusiast won't be looking for a Chromebook or Chrome OS based device in the first place. They're coming out with mobile Celeron and i3 CPUs, and a maximum of 64 gigabytes of storage space. Not that you'll be saving much to the hard drive anyway. So, yeah, not really sure about Tom's positioning there. Tom's writer also says that HP is essentially just wrapping a device around the Chrome browser. Well, no. Chrome OS is essentially wrapping an OS around a Chrome browser. Everything using the Chrome OS works exactly the same. From Chromebooks to fucking Chrome boxes. It's no surprise, really. As long as it's got Chrome box or Chromebook or Chrome OS, you know what it's restricted to. Intel have announced a price cut for the new HEDT CPU line that are coming out for the Cascade Lake X series, which they will be naming in the 10th gen nomenclature. And with the top one, the 18 core 36 thread CPU being less than $1,000 less than its predecessor. $1,000 less. So instead of $1,997, it'll be $997. Over less than half the price of its predecessor, which is not bad. It'll be faster, more PCIe 3 lanes, and will take faster RAM. And that's across the board, really, with around a half price decrease in costs across the board, going from the 18 core, there's 4 CPUs, going from the 18 core 36 thread down to a 10 core 20 thread, throwing in a 12 core 24 thread and a 14 core 28 thread CPU in the middle there. And in a leaked timeline, the new 10th gen core CPUs are due to be released in Q1 2020. This is all well and good. The new CPUs will come with a new 400 series motherboard chipset. People are already complaining that, Intel, every time you upgrade, you have to get a new motherboard because it comes with a new chipset. Not entirely true. There is some validity, but how often do you realistically, in your main PC, unless you're got a shit ton of money and a real enthusiast, do you upgrade? Maybe once every 5 years? So in that time, it's reasonable to expect that you need new motherboard with new RAM, etc. Now, part of this release is that the i3, which is a 4-core CPU, will also come with hyper-threading. Now, remember the news earlier about the halting of the Gen 7 CPU manufacturing? The i7 was also a 4-core CPU with hyper-threading. So the new i3 will essentially be more powerful than the old i7 from 3 generations ago, which again is not terribly surprising, but interesting nonetheless, and indicative of why they're halting production for the Gen 7 CPUs. And that's basically it. Thanks for watching. Please come back another time, and hopefully you'll see me then. Okay, cheers. Bye.